Ever find yourself scrolling through those online listings, picturing yourself as the one closing the deal on that dream home?
Oh, absolutely. Who hasn't? It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of it all, the thrill of the hunt, the satisfaction of finding the perfect place.
Exactly. And for some of us, that fascination goes beyond just browsing. It sparks this thought, hey, I could do this. I could be the one helping people find their dream homes.
I know that feeling. It's that entrepreneurial spirit, the allure of being your own boss, setting your own hours.
You read my mind. So today we're diving deep into the world of real estate, specifically what it takes to become a real estate agent. We've got this fantastic guide we're dissecting today, and trust me, it's packed with insights that anyone even remotely interested in this career path needs to hear.
No better time than now either. The real estate market is always buzzing, but there's something about knowing the ins and outs, the behind the scenes, that just makes it all the more fascinating.
Absolutely. So before we even get into the nitty-gritty of how to become an agent, let's talk about the why. What is it about this career path that's so enticing? What gets people hooked?
Well, our source hits the nail on the head when it talks about autonomy. Real estate offers a level of flexibility and independence that's hard to beat, especially in today's world. Forget the 9-to-5 grind, right?
Yeah, no more clocking in and out for a boss. You're calling the shots, setting your own schedule, and choosing the clients you want to work with.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the earning potential. I mean, who wouldn't love the idea of those commission checks, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. The Bureau of Labor Statistics cites the median salary for real estate agents at around $49,980.
No bad at all.
But that's just the median. Our source highlights that top earners, those real estate superstars, are bringing in well over six figures.
Exactly. The sky's the limit when you're good at what you do and you're passionate about helping people find their dream homes.
Okay, so we've got flexibility, we've got the potential to earn a fantastic income, but let's address the elephant in the room. There's got to be a catch, right? What are the challenges, the hurdles that people need to be prepared for?
Well, one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's easy money. Don't get me wrong, the potential is there, but it takes dedication, hard work, and a real understanding of the market to succeed.
It's not just about showing pretty houses and collecting those commission checks. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. And that's what this guide we're diving into today comes in handy. It lays out the process in a clear, concise way, breaking it down into 6 concrete steps. But before we jump into those, one thing that often surprises people is that becoming a real estate agent doesn't require a lengthy, expensive degree.
That's a huge plus. You don't need to spend years in school racking up student loan debt to get started.
Precisely. The barrier to entry is relatively low compared to other professions, which is a huge draw for many people.
So, no mountain of debt, no need to put your life on hold for years of education. It almost sounds too good to be true, but I'm guessing it's not all smooth sailing from here, right?
You're right. There are rules, regulations, and a whole lot of legalities to navigate. And that's where our deep dive begins.
Let's do it. Let's unravel those 6 steps to real estate success. And I love how our source phrases the first step, know the land and laws. Because let's face it, in real estate, location is everything.
It's true. But it's not just about knowing the neighborhood. It's about understanding the legal landscape of your specific state.
Ah, yes, the legal side of things. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of open houses and negotiations, but we can't forget about the contracts, the disclosures, and all those legal hoops.
And here's where it gets interesting. There's no national real estate license. Each state has its own set of rules and regulations, almost like its own little real estate universe.
So step 1 is really about understanding the lay of the land, both literally and legally, in your specific state.
Precisely. You need to know what you're getting into right from the get-go. And this is where some people get tripped up. They assume that because they've watched a few HGTV shows, they're ready to conquer the real estate world.
It's easy to fall into that trap. Those shows make it look so glamorous and effortless. But there's a lot more to it than meets the eye.
Absolutely. And that's why our source emphasizes the importance of doing your research early on. Find out what your state requires. Are there age restrictions, educational prerequisites, background checks? Don't wait until the last minute to uncover these crucial details.
Knowledge is power, especially in the world of real estate. But where can people go to find this information? It sounds like a recipe for a legal headache if you're not careful.
No need for aspirin just yet. The Association of Real Estate Licensed Law Officials, or ARELO for short, has a fantastic website that's like a treasure map for all things real estate law. They have a directory of all the regulatory agencies by state, so you can easily find the information you need.
It's like the Google of real estate regulations. Bookmark that site, folks. Now, I've heard whispers about something called reciprocity agreements between some states. Is that something our listeners should be aware of?
Absolutely. Reciprocity agreements can be a game changer, especially if you're thinking about expanding your real estate empire beyond your home state. Basically, it means that your real estate license might be valid in another state without having to jump through all the same hoops.
Wait, so you're telling me I could potentially be a dual licensed real estate agent in 2 different states without having to start from scratch? That sounds like a superpower.
It can be incredibly beneficial. But remember, each state has its own unique set of rules. So even with reciprocity agreements, there might be some additional requirements or coursework to complete. Always do your research.
Words to live by. So you've tackled the legal maze, you've got a handle on your state's requirements. What's next on our real estate adventure?
Well, once you've navigated the legal landscape, it's time to dive into the worlds of real estate knowledge. Time to hit the books.
Hit the books. I knew there had to be some studying involved. I was starting to think this was all about charm and charisma.
Charm and charisma definitely help, but a solid foundation of knowledge is essential. And that's where step 2 comes in, completing those pre-licensing courses.
So are we talking about a weekend seminar, a few weeks of online modules, or something a bit more intense?
Well, that's the thing about real estate. It's all about location, 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 even when it comes to education. The required hours for these pre-licensing courses can vary quite a bit from state to state.
Okay, give us the rundown. What are we looking at here?
All right, let's take a quick tour. If you're soaking up the sun in Florida, you're looking at a streamlined 63 hours of coursework. Georgia steps it up a notch, requiring 75 hours. Head north to New York, and you're facing 77 hours of intense real estate immersion. But the real champion of real estate education.
Don't tell me, let me guess. California.
You got it. California takes the crown with a whopping 135 hours of pre-licensing coursework. They mean business out there.
That's quite a commitment. But hey, more knowledge never hurt anyone, right?
Absolutely. Think of it as an investment in your future success. And the good news is there's flexibility in how you choose to absorb all that valuable information.
Oh, that's good to hear. Not everyone learns the same way. So what are our options?
You can opt for the traditional classroom setting of a real estate school, enjoy the comfort and convenience of online courses, or even explore programs offered by your local community college. There's a learning style out there for everyone.
So we've conquered the legal hurdles. We're immersing ourselves in real estate knowledge. What's next on this exciting journey?
Well, all that preparation leads up to the moment of truth, the real estate initiation ritual, if you will. It's exam time.
Exam time. This is where it all comes together. All those hours of studying, those late-night cram sessions, it all boils down to this one crucial step.
It's the moment of truth. And our source does a great job of demystifying the exam process. It's not some secret society initiation with riddles and rituals.
Oh, I was kind of hoping for a secret handshake at least. But seriously, let's talk about the structure of the exam. What should people expect?
Typically, you're looking at a 2-part exam. You'll have a national portion that covers the fundamentals of real estate. Think of it as the foundation upon which you'll build your real estate empire.
Solid ground, essential principles. Makes sense.
And then you'll have a state-specific portion that dives deep into the laws, regulations, and customs of your particular real estate universe.
Because as we learned in step 1, real estate is all about location, 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 even when it comes to the legal stuff.
Precisely. And this is where those pre-licensing courses really prove their worth. They often tailor the curriculum to focus on the nuances of your state's exam, giving you that extra edge.
Okay, so 2-part exam, national and state-specific. Got it. But let's talk about those state-specific sections for a moment. Are we talking about minor variations here, or can these really throw someone for a loop?
It's definitely something to be prepared for. Some states are known for having particularly challenging state-specific sections. They might use specific legal jargon or really drill down on regional regulations that could trip up even someone with a general understanding of real estate principles.
It's like those tricky bonus questions on a game show. They seem easy at first, but then they throw you a curveball.
Exactly. And that's why it's crucial to study those pre-licensing materials thoroughly and perhaps even invest in some state-specific practice exams.
Great advice. Preparation is key. Now, let's say someone's put in the time, they've studied diligently, but for whatever reason, those exam day nerves get the better of them, and they don't pass. Is it game over? Do they have to go back to square one?
Not at all. One of the things our source emphasizes is that retakes are absolutely allowed. Real estate isn't about weeding people out. It's about ensuring that those who are truly dedicated and committed have what it takes to succeed.
That's reassuring. Everyone deserves a second chance, especially when it comes to something as important as a career. So you don't pass on the first try, take a deep breath, reassess, and come back even stronger.
Exactly. Learn from those mistakes, identify your weak spots, and use that knowledge to conquer the exam on the next go-around.
Now, let's fast forward to that glorious moment you've conquered the exam. You're officially one step closer to becoming a real estate rock star. What's next on our real estate roadmap?
Well, now it's time to make it official time to activate that hard-earned real estate license.
Ah, the moment you've been dreaming of. Time to break out the champagne, order those business cards, and start planning your victory dance.
Hold your horses just yet. Our source reminds us that there's still some paperwork to be done before you can officially hang up that open house sign.
Oh, right. Paperwork. It wouldn't be the real estate world without a little bit of bureaucracy, right?
Exactly. Every state has its own process, but generally, you'll need to submit your application, pay the required fees, which, by the way, can vary but usually hover around a couple $100s.
Gotta love those processing fees.
And then the waiting game begins. You've got to wait for that official stamp of approval, that golden ticket to the world of real estate.
I can only imagine the anticipation. Checking the mailbox every day, hitting refresh on your email, waiting for that notification that says you're in.
It's a real nail-biter. And it's crucial to remember that until you have that active license in hand, you can't legally operate as a real estate agent.
No cutting corners, no trying to squeeze in a quick sale while you're waiting for the paperwork to process. Patience is a virtue, especially in real estate.
Absolutely. Dot your I's, cross your T's, and trust the process. Your time to shine is coming.
Now, let's say that license arrives, that beautiful official document. It's time to really get down to business. What's next on our agenda?
Well, now it's time to find your real estate tribe, to join a brokerage, a decision that can make or break your real estate career.
Finding your people. I love that. But for those who are new to this world, let's break it down. What exactly is a brokerage, and why is it so essential for aspiring real estate agents?
A brokerage is like your home base, your professional family in the real estate world. They provide the structure, the resources, the support, and most importantly, the guidance of a supervising broker.
A supervising broker? That sounds like a pretty important figure.
They're absolutely crucial, especially for new agents who are just finding their footing. Think of them as your mentors, your guides, your real estate Sherpas, if you will.
Guiding you through those treacherous mountain passes of real estate transactions.
Precisely. They've been there, done that, and have the battle scars to prove it. They're there to answer your questions, offer advice, and make sure you're navigating those deals like a pro.
So it's not just about finding a brokerage with a fancy office and a catchy slogan. It's about finding the right fit, a place where you feel supported, where you can learn and grow, and where you have access to the resources and mentorship you need to thrive.
You've got it. And here's something that often surprises people new to the real estate game. Joining a brokerage isn't like clocking in for a typical 9-to-5 job. You're not an employee in the traditional sense.
Oh, so no steady paycheck, no paid vacation days. What's the deal here?
It's all about commission, my friend. You're building your own business within the framework of that brokerage. You're setting your own hours, choosing your own clients, and your income is directly tied to your hustle and your success.
So it's the best of both worlds. You have the support and resources of a larger organization, but with the freedom and earning potential of being your own boss.
Exactly. But, and this is a big but, freedom and high earning potential often come with a side of responsibility. Our source reminds us that as an agent, you're responsible for your own expenses.
Ah, the joys of entrepreneurship. So what kind of expenses are we talking about here?
Well, think about it. You'll likely have desk fees, marketing materials, technology subscriptions, maybe even continuing education courses to stay ahead of the game. Those costs can add up.
It's all about being financially savvy, managing those overhead costs effectively, and making smart investments in your business.
Absolutely. And speaking of investments, that leads us to our final step on this real estate journey, the one that often sparks a lot of debate.
Realtor fancy title or worthwhile investment? The age-old question that every aspiring real estate professional ponders.
It's a question worth exploring because it really depends on your long-term goals and how you envision your real estate career unfolding.
So lay it on us. What's the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor? Is it just a matter of semantics, or is there more to it than meets the eye?
It's a great question. To put it simply, all realtors are real estate agents, but not all real estate agents are realtors.
Okay, so you're saying they're both real estate professionals, but there's a distinction, a level up, so to speak.
Exactly. To become a realtor, you need to join the National Association of Realtors, the NAR. It's like the ultimate club for real estate professionals, the largest trade association in the U.S., representing over 1.5 million members nationwide.
Okay, so joining this exclusive club must come with some perks, right? But I'm guessing it's not free. What's the damage?
Well, for 2024, the membership fee is $156, plus some additional assessments that vary depending on your location.
So the million-dollar question is it worth it? What are the benefits of being a card-carrying member of the NAR?
Now, this is where it gets interesting, and this particular insight from our source really resonated with me. The NAR offers a plethora of benefits, networking opportunities, educational resources, a strong code of ethics, but there's one perk that stands out, especially for someone like you who values knowledge and efficiency.
You've piqued my interest. Tell me more. What's this game-changing benefit?
It's access to the Realtor's Property Resource, or RPR for short. Imagine having at your fingertips the keys to the most comprehensive real estate database in the entire United States. We're talking property details, historical sales data, zoning information, mortgage and lien records, school districts.
It's like the Fort Knox of real estate data.
Exactly. And that kind of data access can be a game changer, especially for new agents trying to make a name for themselves.
I can see how that would be invaluable. Having that kind of information at your disposal could make all the difference in winning clients, closing deals faster, and establishing yourself as a true market expert.
Precisely. It can give you that competitive edge, that extra layer of credibility, and the ability to provide your clients with the insights and information they need to make informed decisions. And honestly, that kind of advantage can more than justify the membership fee.
I can see why they call it a resource. It sounds like an indispensable tool for anyone serious about building a thriving real estate career. But it's not just about data and technology, is it? This business is all about people.
You're absolutely right. Real estate is about connecting with people, understanding their needs, their dreams, and helping them navigate what can be a very emotional and complex process.
It's about building relationships, earning trust, and guiding people through one of the biggest decisions of their lives.
You nailed it. And that brings us back to something we touched on earlier, the importance of finding a good mentor, someone who can guide you, support you, and share their wisdom.
A mentor. It's like having a real estate guardian angel, someone who's been there, done that, and has the t-shirt to prove it.
Exactly. A good mentor can be a game changer, especially when you're first starting out. They can help you navigate those tricky situations, offer advice on building your business, and even introduce you to valuable contacts in the industry.
It's like having a shortcut to success, a secret weapon in your real estate arsenal.
Absolutely. And you know what else is a superpower in this business? Networking.
Networking. I knew you were going to say that. It's not just about attending those industry events and handing out business cards, is it?
Nope. It's about building genuine relationships, fostering connections, becoming part of the community. People need to know you, like you, and trust you.
It's about being that friendly face, that knowledgeable resource, that person who goes above and beyond to help people achieve their real estate dreams.
You got it. And that leads me to my golden nugget of advice for anyone serious about succeeding in this business.
I'm all ears. What's the secret sauce?
Always be learning. The real estate world is constantly evolving new technologies, shifting market trends, updated regulations. You've got to stay ahead of the curve.
It's like being a lifelong student of real estate, constantly expanding your knowledge, honing your skills, and adapting to the ever-changing landscape.
Precisely. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the victories, and remember, you're not in this alone. Find your people, build those relationships, and never stop learning.
Words to live by for any aspiring real estate mogul.
Ow.
Now, let's do a quick recap of those 6 crucial steps we've unpacked today.
Sounds good. Let's see, where do we start?
It all begins with knowing the lay of the land, and I mean that both literally and legally. Understanding your state's specific requirements, those all-important regulations, and those pesky fees.
Right. No national shortcuts here.
Yeah.
Each state is its own little real estate universe.
Once you've got a handle on the legal stuff, it's time to hit the books, pre-licensing courses, exam prep, the whole shebang.
And then, the moment of truth, conquering that real estate exam. But remember, even if it takes a couple of tries, don't get discouraged. Retakes are allowed.
Perseverance is key. And once you've got that shiny new license in hand, it's time to make it official. Activate that license, find a brokerage that feels like home, and then tackle the big question.
To realtor or not to realtor, that is the question. Weigh those pros and cons, consider your long-term goals, and make the decision that feels right for you.
And throughout this entire journey, remember those essential qualities that set successful real estate agents apart: organization, people skills, tech savviness, and that willingness to always be learning and growing.
Oh, and don't underestimate the power of a good mentor. Having someone in your corner who's been there, done that, can make all the difference.
Absolutely. But knowing the steps is just the beginning. The real adventure starts now. It's time to take that knowledge, that passion, and turn it into a thriving real estate career.
Your journey starts today.
That's it for our deep dive into the world of real estate. We hope you found this information helpful, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit life-changing. Until next time, happy house hunting. See you next time.